Biter, so he gets to defuse the blade for his pickoffs. Yeah. But he's understanding this game.
EG's playing so passively, OG do not feel the pressure. And as this game transitions into the mid to late game stage, OG, they have a draft advantage. Slark is uncountered in this game, and an Alchemist cannot go toe-to-toe with him once Ana acquires that third, fourth item. That Shadowblade Scotty timing, that's when things really start to shift in OG's favor.
Yep. I actually can't believe it. Like, and Nana's going in for it now. So the Shadowblade's already in his quick buy. He's going to steal an Invis rune. Just for giggles. Not like he really needs it.
Yeah, the bottom tier 2 is
dead. They've got one observer. Radiant have one observer on the map. How are they meant to see where OG's moving? Yeah. They can, in some way, protect some area of the farm, but they've lost control of the southern part of the map.
Not just the OG, like, they have mid tower.
Anna's looking at Crit. He'll need a stun to make this work, or else Chris just go. Oh, that's hey, it's okay. He's okay. He's stepping up. He's stepping up for OG.
Yeah, he will buy his team a free Sentry Ward placement from EG because they're going to expect there to be mid wards there, but it was really just an Invis. Slark.
That was always the plan along. S4 has a blink dagger. They finally got jumped, but it's going to be revealed by the Observe Ward they're about to fly over. And the Sentry one, yeah, it reveals it. I don't know if they saw it in time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm scared for EG fans out there because so far, yeah, you get the 2 bounty runes. Your Sumail is huge, but they just need the one fight. They get a Roche, they get the one fight. All of a sudden, they're blowing open the map. But
looking for
OG are doing such a great job of slowing down this game's pace. Thompson specifically has been such an annoying gnat.
Well, now they jump the blink. It was revealed for the first time here, and Thompson will go down. 48 seconds on the sideline. They can take the tier 1 tower in mid, but bottom lane's also being pressured. You talk about a nuisance. Anna really hasn't left this lane at all, and he can keep pushing fast. The illusion, however, causes a couple of problems, but do they go for Roshan? That's where EG is currently headed. Thompson's down for 30 seconds, and he doesn't have buyback available, but the Clockwork Rocket watches, hooks back off cooldown.
They're thinking about it.
Like, oh, you know, so, like Sasha's gonna be like, "Yay, boys, my life's not worth that much. I can YOLO this."
But how many times have we seen OG fight around the pit to great success? This is a big part of them winning that TI last year.
Wrapping from multiple sides. Roshan's almost dead. The Clockwork Rocket gets information. Anna's now moving in. GRX is in here, gets the first disruption off. They're inside the pit, and Roshan killed by the Tiger. He's got the Aegis. Sumail got the Aegis, the Immortal, but Anna, he's looking to get himself back out of here. Now Thompson, he's respawned back up. GRX can be stunned, but up and towards the air. Up goes Sumail, and the Illusion's looking to body block him up, but Sumail, he's kind of caught on the wrong side of the river, looking to battle against Jirax, but now Thompson will arrive. They'll cut off the back line while Seb's having his own battle with S4 as well as Fly and Arteezy. You can head back towards the mid, where Sumail is still kind of alone. Who cares about Seb? You gotta care about Sumail. He's worth so much money. Concoction flies forward. Jirax missed the touch, sent up into towards the air once again, and Sumail's losing all of this essence, all of this life. He'll burn the Aegis to the Immortal. The rest of EG is trying to come back, but remember, they TP to bottom lane. Buyback from Seb. They need to keep the control over on Sumail, and they've got it. The damage output. He is down 600 gold. Goes to Thompson for ending the 5 times kill streak of Sumail.
Oh, it's so good from OG. Like, they're abusing their draft to its limits. They can't fight EG head on, but they just annoy them constantly while abusing their map movement. Seb's bottom, sure, he dies, but he dragged 3 heroes from EG back to base. Sumail, he didn't get his teleport off in time. All of a sudden, he's isolated. And remember, they didn't get the Roche kill either. So in terms of gold, OG win that fight heavily. They get the 4K. Huge streak on Sumail as well.
It's 4K gold difference with a 20,000 net worth Alchemist, but notice how fast it's slowed. It's a bit of a contradiction. Anna, oh, he's got to be careful. He's pouncing himself forward. He wants to try and find a kill. Fly be the first target with the snowball forward. And Lasso, Jirax need to help save it. But they haven't actually got him. Where's the disruption? Where's the save? It actually comes out in time. But can the Slack get himself away from this? They're all over him. And the Omni Slash too. Anna will go down for 52 seconds. And this has to be a full retreat. Seb's on the wrong side of the river. Here's your Sumail blink forward. The stun onto Jirax. They'll bring down this SD. Has taken some time. But they've got him. Hook shot from Seb. Trying to create some space. From Sasha. Then Seb TPing up. But the Concoction Suns are all there. A double kill for Sumail. And such a long death timer for Seb.
Yeah, look bottom though. Thompson still.
He's doing it again. Sashka. Well, you can steal the Arcane Read and get the kill over on the Clockwork. But yeah, down on bottom lane. That is where the damage is being done. Thompson's almost taken a tier 3 tower. You hope he's got that defensive spirit up and running. A quick slide of fist. And yeah, he does. Halfway back down the bottom lane. And that tier 3 tower is almost toast.
Yeah, but you can see the Ags next item, and all of a sudden it gets so frustrating to deal with the OG heroes. They got overconfident there, Toby, because they knew Alk was still dead, but Ana was 4 seconds away still from his ultimate coming off cooldown. They got way too aggressive, and S4, one of the better bets.
He really wants that. He wants that tower. The Flame Guard will come up. He's forcing TPs. He's buying the time for Seb to respawn.
Yeah, and you can see what Crit is like, I'm done with this. I've teleported bottom. We have acquired our items. We just want to fight. Let's march down this lane and collect towers. They know Roche is not an objective, but yeah, it is a huge overstep from OG. The one thing about EG's draft is if they get that one big lead, that one mistake you make, they will just destroy your base. And you cannot afford, if you're OG, to make another move like that. You've got to be careful. Be crafty, continue to execute your game plan, because so far they're playing excellently, but EG, of course, AK 6 kills ahead, and really just one more move away from potentially threatening a tier 3, even though this tier 1 bottom is still active.
It's kind of hilarious to watch it all. But you're right, like EG can punish us, but if OG keep the side lanes always pressured out, and that's why I said like long death timer, because he's like, I need to keep this pressure on, I need to make more space. My Slark is still getting stronger. He actually switched off Shadowblade Silver Edge into Skadi.
Yeah, you go Skadi into Silver Edge. That's to be expected, because there's nothing worthy enough of break here, so it's far better to just ensure you get Skadi up ASAP, and then all of a sudden it's near impossible to be taken down, and because your ultimate regen works off of your max HP, it's super beneficial to get that number up as high as possible. Plus, then he'll be able to stick onto any of these EG cores, even through BKB or spin, and ensure you can click them down. Bounty Rune's top.
Tops is just making a run for it. The Searing Chains is out. Jirax Ana moving over. They want a quick kill on S4, and they've got it.
Yep.
And you can see EG actually starting to move off the bottom lane, like they were thinking about going towards the north, but they're now barreling down bottom.
Yeah, OG's running circles around them right now. They're finding kills all over the map. Wherever EG isn't, it feels like OG already is there. They're going to trade towers here. They get the tier 1 top, and will probably look to push tier 2. Remember, Furion now has that BKB as well, so unless you're able to click him down with the Arteezy Jug Omni Slash, there isn't really much you're going to be able to deal with Seb just yet.
Actually losing a tier 2, like, it's a tier 2 for tier 2 tower trade. The Octarine's coming for Sumail. It's taking a bit on the courier. Huge. Is it Shiva's? Okay, yeah.
But the thing about it is, Thompson, like, he's gonna have Ags, and then how do you kill these OG cores, right? You're all in on either S4 finding a lasso or Alchemist finding a big initiation, but that's all reliant on Blink and having a vision advantage. I think that's something we should have brought up earlier, where because there's a Clock, a Furion, a Slark, all of these heroes amazing at pushing waves and controlling vision. Just because of a Slark, we look once again at the map, there's only one ward up for EG in their own jungle. There's another Tinker ward way over to the right side of the map, but that's not helping them use these blinks to find kills.
Soshka in trouble. Here comes your snowball forward. He's going to let the cogs up, but no, they're not close enough. You do hold him in position with the shards. Another quick slide of fist. Sumail looking for his concoction's tongue, which will follow Thompson up into the trees. And now with a slide of fist, he still has more damage. Ana has arrived. They've got the control on S4. He'll go down the tree line. Sumail wants to find a concoction target. It's only going to be Jirax. He's really hating on this SD. And Ana and Thompson just playing from both sides. Now Seb will finally come and join the fight. Triggers up the Mjolnir. He's got a BKB available. The Creeper's going to soak up most of the Omni Slash, but there's enough of it left. Seb trying to back up. A disruption out once again, and you've got the control. Thompson will fall. He has no buyback available. Seb's TP, it will complete.
Man, such a sick game from S4 so far. He had such a terrible landing phase, but he's made critical kills happen. This was a buyback bots in. He gets the lasso on Thompson to ensure that kill. The only reason EG will be able to push forwards here.
Now, Prophet is instantly pressuring top lane. Seb knows he needs to add this pressure on because, once again, there's no buyback available for one of the big cores of OG. They're committing to their items. It was the Aghanim Scepter that Thompson really needed to finish. Like, he's such a combat fighter as well. Seb's doing the push. And you can see
also like how this meta's developed, right? Where once again it feels like you have a mid hero, bottom of the net worth in comparison to his friendly cores, and it's look at how Thompson's played, constantly attacking heroes, letting his other cores get online, go for these more greedy item builds. A later Midas on the Slark, Seb going for a Maelstrom first item. But once you get to this stage of the game, those items start to really pay dividends, and now you can see the shift start to favor OG. In fact, you can even have a Blink picked up by Ana instead of a Shadowblade. I love that here because it's tough to play Shadowblade against like these instant stun disables.
Especially when Batrider's have your flying vision on you. And like if SD can get the disruption defensively off, if you do get initiated on by the Batrider, there should be that small moment when he can get away.
Plus, I like it because we were just discussing Silver Edge actually isn't value in this game whatsoever, so it's usually better to get the Blink in that scenario.
It's easy starting this off. Jirax will just make a quick copy, but Sumail blinks forward. Jirax very fast on the Yul Scepter, straight up into his area. He's had that for a while, just keeping him watching the opposite direction again. SD will die. The initiation from EG, it does bear at least that fruit. But once again, Prophet sets up towards the top lane. Anna moves over. We continue the farm. And it's been really difficult for Arteezy to hold that second position in the net worth. It's just never-ending side lane pressure. They're always having to move as 5 to get a kill and then back off to the lane.
Yeah. Game very tense. At a point, EG has to just go. I imagine that'll be around the second Roche, but there's no way OG is going to let that Aegis go without a fight if they were willing to fight over the first one.
And they're still pushing in. Like, you're attacking the creep wave on the top, it can push in, and then all it takes is like 1 TP from Seb to the bottom lane and he'll take a tier 3 tower, because that's got no life on it. That's got to be a juicy target. Thompson's using his double damage rune. The Ice Shards fly forward from Crypt, but Defensive Spirit all the way up in the lane. But look at the Triggins. They're moving through the bottom lane. If you just see your mini-map there, they're going to take out the tier 3 tower. I don't know if fortifications come back up in time, or backdoor protections come up in time.
EG are hunting Thompson.
They got the Blink Lasso. And with the follow-up concoction, tier 3 tower will fall. Thompson will die on top.
Yep. And the thing is, though, why do they get that kill? Because of the ward. You can even see Thompson ping out that cliff, because he knows the only reason they were able to catch him there was because of the vision. And bottom lane, Seb kills the tier 3. So even though you do lose that one core, it doesn't actually open the map for EG because they were all the way on that top left side of the map.
Right, is he? Oh, he didn't actually follow up with a concoction. Thought that control from Fly may be enough to move forward, and the Aghanim Scepter starting to roll out from Alchemist.
That is a bright spot for EG's scaling potential, where you have all 4 heroes with decent Aghanims. I think the kick on Tusk is actually super important in this game. You can get Ana away from your cores for just a moment. It'll be very impactful.
Let's just keep in mind, too, because I want to flag this one just because last time we got to cast an Alchemist who was just to bring a point to this. If you don't consume the Aghanim Scepter yourself as the Alchemist, you don't get the buff up. So you can give it to everybody else, but you don't get that that self buff until you consume one yourself.
Yeah.
Small thing.
When,
we actually passed over it totally during like there was like a 9-minute game.
But when did you ever get the self Aghanims when you gave it to somebody else? Was that a thing?
No, it got changed in the patch a couple of months ago.
All right.
So I think you get a damage increase. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I'll find the exact numbers.
I understand now. I get you. Okay, we're cool.
So
we're cool.
the more you give to everyone else, the more you get back, but you don't get
when
the actual
you eventually
buff.
eat it yourself. Got
so
it.
there was a game we cast where like the Alchemist gave like 4 Aghanim Scepters, and that smoke was just in range of the obs.
Not just that, but they know where OG is though, and we just had huge items finished. An AC on Seb and a Butterfly on the Arteezy Juggernaut. So both teams have a timing. It's all going to come down to initiation. S4 has to get a lasso.
He's looking at Thompson. There's Prophet just around the corner. There's your Blink Lasso target, and OG. Are they just going to leave him for dead? They're looking at him and it's like, yeah, we don't want anything to do with this. Just run.
Yeah, but the key is look at where they are on the map, right? Once again, EG dragged over to their own jungle, unable to get lanes pushed and find kills. Roche, however, has spawned.
That's all they really want. They just want Roshan. He's a little bit in no man's land. That Observer Sentry doing dividends again. And is this worth an Omni Slash from Arteezy? It's 1 second off cooldown. And
hook.
Yep. Nice. Shots up and actually cancels it. That may reveal the fact that Seb was in the trees, but the TPs will still complete.
Really well played. However, that is an Ags Juggernaut. I think this is the right decision. Maybe you give it to Crit next, but it gives Arteezy a huge damage boost. Plus, he can now use his Omni Slash a bit more offensively because it just has that 70-second cooldown.
They're coming. There's no hook shot for Clockwork to jump inside the pit this time around, but Shadow Poison will reach him from range. A quick shot trying to block up the ramp, but Roshan's the critical point. That's why Rocket Flare continues to come in. The Sprout trapping up Batrider. He'll take to the trees with a Firefly. Looking to jump in with Mjolnir. Anna says, I don't think this is really worth a concoction from Sumail. He can't jump forward, so he'll end up just trying to dodge it with his own mana style. Won't happen. OG, they don't want anything to do with this. They need to get away. And they're able to do so.
This is the timing for EG. We said it, second Roche. This is what the game's going to come down to. OG have done a great job of fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves in this position. Their towers on full HP in the base.
Look how early they're pinging Flyers, already pinging the bottom lane, even though it's only halfway through. They're just like, hey guys, our bottom ranks are still exposed. Even if we push, we could lose.
Yeah, and credit to Arteezy, by the way, who's played a near flawless game. 6-0-11, only 23 kills on his side, has played offensively. He's always been in a lane, and it's not as if he had a ton of space when you consider how much Sumail has been just consuming this jungle like a Dyson. You're in a fine position. It's just a matter of how do you want to translate this edge you have. Aegis and Cheese, what's your win condition for EG? Because there's so much poke from the high ground from OG, plus it's so much easier than for Jerix to get those defensive disrupts on a lasso target. Not to mention you have the clock, you can separate the team. Hang on.
Lasso, but that's not real. And the Omni Slash
they're gonna go in now.
Now they'll jump forward. A perfect double searing chains. Can they keep the control going? Arteezy needs to die here. No hookshot available. They just purge Arteezy. He can't move fast now. They're battling into the shrine. Crits come in. This is not what EG wanted. They're going to lose Arteezy's Aegis the Immortal. The snowball forward. Soshka will end up falling down. But the battle, Zemail, he needs to go big right now. But Thompson, he just spirit jumps himself away. And with a BKB from Seb, he can stand his own ground. Zemail pushing himself in a little bit further forward. Jirax just need to keep the control on him, and they've got him. Anna leeches up the false promise, will allow Zemail to fight a little bit longer, but these defensive fuel centers from Jirax makes it so difficult for Zemail just to finish the damn job. Finally, he'll end up killing up the SD. Sasha's coming back to the fight while Thompson's been such a nuisance.
Oh, he got the stun
concoction. It followed through, but the buybacks will arrive and Thompson straight back in. Another double searing chains, continuing the way this whole thing began. And Seb, what have you got? A disruption out. This will isolate Zemail. They're going to bring him down. 3 heroes from EG on the sideline, but they want more. Look how far he can move. The Aghanim, Scepter, Ember Spirit, looking to catch Arteezy underneath the shrine. He's moved up, begins to TP. One tree to give him that cover fire, and he'll get himself away to safety.
Dude, what a play from Arteezy. Unbelievable that they're able to turn this around like that. 3 heroes still dead, but they maintain their advantage, and they got 3 buybacks from OG, but Ana has 26 stacks, mostly thanks to all the passive ones he's acquired, plus that MKB. He's doing so much damage to the base now.
They're gonna force buybacks. They have no other choice right now. They need to get Alchemist to buy back, waste something from him. The Shahs don't do enough. Arteezy's there perched up, and this is very problematic because Seb just hitting through. They take the tier 3 tower. Soshka looking for the hook shot in the back lines. Still, these 2 buybacks are available, but Chris dying. Anna can't finish the job just yet. He's under the tier 4 towers. They'll claim him. Now the buyback comes in, but it's from the Tusker. It's not from the Alchemist. The melee Rax is going to go down, and OG will retreat. They got what they came for, and can they get out safely? Of course they can. Thompson can just jump half of the map, and they're going for the 4 bounty runes of 35-2.
Just in time. Huge plays from OG. The buyback from Thompson. The foresight, he had the 1 remnant down. Immediately buys back. Arteezy with a good heads-up play, recognizing, like, I cannot save Sumail. We could fight here, but we're both going to end up dying. I do not have my Omni Slash available. You do get a ton of buybacks on the side of OG, but now it's even more important that S4 finds a lasso, specifically onto Thompson. You've got to take out the Ember Spirit. Ana has become a major issue. I talked about how the Scotty timing would perhaps be when OG looked to turn it. He's already got an MKB on top of that, plus a lot of gold in the bank. It's getting spooky for the side of EG. And once they lose their shrines, which I imagine at some point Seb will look to take down, their map control shrinks. The bots are no longer as valuable, and OG have such an easy time pushing lanes safely if they know that EG doesn't have wards. And once again, look at this mini-map. There's 0 vision from EG, and they can't keep any because of the Slark factor. Yeah,
he just moves so fast across the map, he reveal everything. So what does EG do? They smoke up, and they'll move blindly into the night, trying to find somebody. And even if they do find one hero, there's another one to replace him from OG. Everyone from OG is expendable.
And now a blink picked up onto the Jarek Shadow Demon.
Seb just created the Mjolnir effect on the creep wave. This has to be some level of detection, and S4, they'll find him. That's going to be one very dead Nature's Prophet. So the smoke does bear some level of fruit. But he's saving his money for buyback because he's still looking at the side.
And look at the lanes as well. You know, as this happens, there's still OG heroes in both of the other side lanes. And Seb dies, sure, but he's all the way near that destroyed tier 1 tower on the Radiant side of the map. So EG will have to press quickly if they want to force the Seb buyback. But with no lasso, it's tough to do that.
Fosh can get the hell out of there. he's a little bit too far away from safety. He was getting some defensive vision down. That's what the Dire Observe Ward is. And yeah, it's been revealed, pinged out, and destroyed. But the top lane pressure is still being added.
And that massive GPM spike is a free Ags, which does tend to inflate your net worth just a tad.
Yeah, we need those marks on the map as well. So it's not just net worth with context. That's the next patch. Yeah. Juggernaut, Arteezy pushing in through the mid. He's just beating through.
Ana in level 25. Oh my god.
Yep. Arteezy's beating the tier 3 tower down. They're just sending illusion after illusion forward. So now, Ana, this is your time to try and fight. The tier 3 tower is very, very low. Remember, the still racks up, and Jirax will just make a couple of copies. He didn't get Sumail, which is the one he kind of wants.
I think Jug's not more important. He just does so much right-click damage. The Radiance is more of a non-factor, and OG's just buying time.
S4, he got the jump in. It's over on Soshka. You got 7 seconds before Seb's back up again. Soshka has no buyback available. And Ana in the back lines, he's already been perched up a little bit, but now you got another disruption. This is the one he wanted. He got Sumail. Arteezy's in pretty deep. Spider Fist searing chains, keeping some problems in the back line. Sumail could just instantly retreat back out. And now the Omni Slash. The two of them are sharing it. The Force Promise protects Fly, but it's a fence to one for that support.
He's just dead.
Helps Sumail. He gets back in again. Arteezy's Omni Slash didn't do enough work now. Jirax wants to create more copies, trapping them inside the Sprout, while Crit can't move away. Ana is holding him in position, and he just needs to finish the job. The Dark Pack lets him break free, so he's got the movement speed while Thompson just killed Arteezy for almost over 1,500 gold for him. And it ain't done yet. Crit will fall. Trying to snowball to catch out Jirax, but man, you got to get props to Jirax. He is so damn hard to kill.
You can't kill Ana. That's the big problem for EG. Like, this is why you 10th pick Slark here. Not a hero most teams in this event are going to choose, but it's just a hard counter to the EG lineup. At a certain point, Slark wins you the game, and that's what OG's banked on this entire time. They were playing for the late game. It's now approaching 40 minutes. You've got no buyback on Sumail, and EG, they just bashed their heads against the base, but what's the play now? How do you actually kill Ana? Your whole lockdown is an Alk stun and a bat.
Lasso doesn't even work anymore because you're going to have Lincoln Sphere, which just arrived on the Ember Spirit. It's not going to catch out Ana, but now you got two heroes you can't even control. And Ana moves in. The Creepway's pushing in through the mid lane, so the backdoor protection, it won't actually activate, so Ana can just keep going. They know he cannot be initiated on, so he'll take this melee ranks without a fight. They can't use the buyback on the Juggernaut either. It would be such a huge cost, so they just get 2 lanes of ranks now in favor of OG, and the team who's playing with a stand-in without their captain, they're in a position right now where they have the net worth advantage against Alquist for the first time in 40 minutes.
And this is a Slark with 35 stacks of agility currently maintained, Toby. Like, this is not going to get any easier for EG. They have no glyph.
Oh, look at the Spirit Jump. Thompson wants to initiate. Sumail's already got the concoction up. Blinks forward, looks for Seb, but Seb just BKBs. Transfers with a Hex, and they hold him inside the Sprout. But S4! The damage output is huge. Ana knows he just has to finish him, and they've got him. Thompson reaches him with a Sleight of Fist. Down for 70 seconds. Buyback is available for the Batrider. And now another Sleight of Fist searing change. You see how squishy Arteezy can be without Fly being there to support him. But OG, now it's time to finish up these shrines. They're both still up and running. But he's TPing out for the runes. 40-minute runes.
OG managed to take this with no tell, watching from his phone in the hospital. I don't think North America Dota
for you boys. Spirit jump forward, Sleight of Fist. He hook shot, Soshka, the stand-in, pushing him back with the searing chains. Arteezy's forced to spin himself away, but Crit, he got trapped. He had just enough time to back up Sumail, looking for his own. The lasso, it's a good target, and it's a big one. Can they bring down? Yes, they can. Ana will fall. Sumail is awarded the kill as Thompson continues to spirit himself away everywhere. Soshka's TP up, Flame Break won't stun, so he's okay.
And the thing, what did EG have there? Vision of the Slark, so they were actually able to complete that kill. Aegis is up, and Ana has a buyback, but this is what the fight's going to come down to. Can you kill the Slark? And you saw what it takes for EG. They need everyone to all in. Plus, I think Ana even lives there if his ultimate's active. So it is not going to get easy for EG, but they get a huge opening here. They just need to find one more kill onto the Slark around this next Aegis, and this game really comes a throne race. And
Soshka again, like this is all he has to do. Just rocket forward. He'll put down his own Observe Waters in range of the sentry. But for now, it gives extra information. If someone comes to deward that, like
Seb's going into the base.
S4, you can go for that. But Seb, the creep wave hasn't pushed in through the bottom just yet. That's the Rat's nature out with the disruption. They're looking. S4 initiating the back lines. No, they don't. They're just trying to bait them into some level of fight. And up and towards the air, the hook shot is perfect from Soshka with the cock pushback. Fly and Sumail, they're trapped here at Roshan, forced to fight. Seb, he's taking the range tracks. He wants to get the Megas, but the lasso will end up canceling it. Crit hiding on almost no life in the tree lines. They want to bring more heroes back to finish this job, and they're going to have it. But Seb, how much damage have you got? He's going to try and find the kill, but no, the Hex, the stun Sumail holds him there. Seb maybe thinks he can get a kill, can't do it. So close to Megas. Roshan remains alive.
Yep. But the thing is, OG, they might have overextended a bit here because sure, you did a ton of base damage, but really, with all their buybacks on cooldown, well, not all of them. Actually, none of them. Looking at EG for some reason. But
other way around.
If they're forced to put their buybacks on cooldown, EG don't care about racks anymore. They're thinking throne from now until the end of this game, and they just want a fight. They get the Jerax buyback. They need to try and apply some pressure. If you let OG just respawn as 5, you're going to end up back in your own base and watching Roche die to your enemies.
Oh, boy. Sumail's looking for his own engagement. Again, they're trying to find How do you catch Thompson? He's got Concoction.
He's got
Linker's Fear, which will get him out of will get him out of jail if something goes horribly wrong. And he's got the Aghanim Scepter to let him bounce everywhere across the map. It seems difficult for EG just to, well, lock him down.
You're going to have to outplay. It's that simple. You need to play around your vision most importantly. They still have 2 wards on their own side of this Roche pit. Sox is just continuously spamming into the pit. They're just going to YOLO this.
Yep, here they come. A run forward. S4 takes to the skies. It's impossible to start Roshan because the Rocket Flare's going to scout him out, but that's why they're blink forward. Oh, Thompson, he jinxed out. You know, you can't go on him when the Linker's Fear's there unless you've got something to quickly procs it, but that's what S4 tried to do. He tried to dual scepter him quickly.
But it's so tough. It's sort of like hang on.
Whoa! Hey, let's not heat up things.
I love that though, because it does nothing more than put a little fear into EG, right? There's that 1 to 2 seconds where the whole team's like, whoosh! Okay, we're fine. And he did it in the earlier fight. He's actually chaining while remnanting, so that as he's bouncing back, he's trying to land that disable, again, just to poke and prod and annoy EG.
And they're actually making copies now with the SD to scout the high ground. Find out where EG is. To note that Sumail has started buying up heavy items, so he finished up an Assault Cuirass as well as an MKB, so he got both of these items up, while Juggernaut's getting very close to the Abyss. I think he can buy it, but it would cost his buyback for it.
All things, this has been an excellent game of Dota 2, my favorite so far at the tournament, because both sides have an identity. They know what their win conditions are, and they're playing for them. EG recognize, okay, this has gone late, it's a bit out of control, but we have to go for physical damage now. You can't play with no MKB on Alk in a game like this, especially when you consider that the Jug doesn't have one either, and he's going for a Battle Fury to deal with the Sprout.
Yeah, he needs that. Like, he needs something that's still going to be able to counter-push the waves which are coming towards him, so the Battle Fury does that, but he can't drop the Quelling Blade against Nature's Prophet, because if he gets isolated in this, he's dead. He's already got enough problems with cogs.
And there's cool things that really just demonstrate the experience both of these teams possess, because they're little tricks and things that you must do, but how many times do you practice this, right? It's 45 minutes into a super late game scenario. You know, these players have made the mistakes before of not having the proper items. Everyone knows the what's happened to Arteezy inside of his own base on a Sven with no Battle Fury.
Experienced players that need to theory craft in real time. They already understand what happens in these scenarios, but still, it makes it unpredictable in a lot of ways.
Yep, and you can see that now EG, because they've created this fortified location on their own, well, what used to be their shrine, they have vision, and now OG can't penetrate.
I love this. Shadowblade and remove teleportation now for Seb. He is going to be everywhere on this map. He doesn't need the extra strength in the trains, especially when there's enough clearance from evil geniuses. He just needs to be everywhere.
That's exactly what
he also needs to not be anywhere near EG. So the second he sees him, he moves. That's exactly what happens. Adds pressure up on top, gets away.
Double butterfly on Ana. And I was talking about which...
Careful. They're looking at Roshan.
Which mobility item would he go? He just says, I don't need it. I'm going to be this force to be reckoned with. No one will be able to man-fight me. However, the MKB will be online for Sumail, so...
You know, this double damage is giving OG the confidence to go near Roshan, but they need the bottom lane to pressure in a little bit more. Like, you almost kind of wish that Thompson had BT so he could make the most of that, but he's going Octarine Core as his next item.
Arteezy's going to deal with it, though. He recognizes that he has to keep it away
but now
from
Ana
his
goes
base.
In with the end of the double damage rune. S4's near there. Here comes Shashan's forward. Thompson kind of trapped in this for the moment. Remember, he's Thompson, and he's got many spirits available. But Roshan almost dead. They know they need to initiate Sumail, ready for the preparation.
They're just buying time. It's all about, look at the creeps bottom lane. That's what we got to be watching.
They're attacking the melee racks on top.
It's through back door. It's just, again, to annoy EG. They don't have to worry about it yet, but watch that bottom lane.
Spirit, careful with the jump forward. That's not going to follow through. And now Prophet's going to finally take that 45-minute bounty rune. Oh, look, money. I'll take this. BKB now from Sumail. His only way to stand against all these controls. And yeah, it's just the Ember Spirit copies of SD, which was his or his illusion.
They're just going into the pit to keep EG there. They know that the moment that they leave, their base will be... they're losing Roche or they're losing this last rack. They're trying to make EG choose.
He doesn't even want to pounce out. Like, he knows he's fine just sitting in here. They'll give him the Linker's Sphere protection. Seb
they got the
able to get the Hex initiation off, and Ana pounces himself out of the pit. So Thompson can jump forward, and S4 pushed away by 4-staff and 4-staff. He's got help. Sumail, Concoction flies forward.
Ooh, he has the double.
He actually gets the double, but there is no follow-up. S4 is just looking at Roshan so dead. And maybe with the Searing Chains, once again, these initiations are so cheap for OG to do. A snowball that's going to pull Tusker well out of position. Another Sleight of Fist, but a quick blink away. Now the Spirit jump forward and back out again. Another double Searing Chains. But while this is happening, Prophet's pushing the bottom lane. He's pushing the top. The middle lane's coming in. And with that middle lane arriving, all Seb has to do is TP to the top and take the racks. But you keep your eyes focused on Roshan. They get the Searing Chains up. This is problematic. Grip will go down. He can fight back. And there's Seb's TP. He's doing it right now. He's taking the melee racks. The middle lane didn't arrive, but they're back in the pit with the Omni Slash. A Spirit jump away from Thompson. He'll get out. And they're still hard and fighting. There's no way to really escape. The Juggernaut's falling to the false promise. And that's what could be saving him. Fly, giving him the light, but now Ana will move for the support. Any kind of hero they can grab. Thompson, he doesn't find the core. They'll move over for the support instead. If they can claim Roshan, they'll be happy with this. The Megas were not claimed, however. Oracle is still dead. And that melee rack is so close to death than Thompson. Okay, no. I don't see him hitting that. And I see Ana hitting that fortification. Already burned off. Here comes Tamel with a buyback from Oracle.
Arteezy doesn't have an MKB. He's not actually dealing damage to Ana. He's got 2 butterflies. He's ineffective.
Samel rebought his BKB. Right, okay, whatever. Spirit jump out. Now they jump in closer. Samel able to get the concoction off. That's problematic for Slark. They can't break it free. The Aegis Wall's going to burn, but the Mega Creeps are already up and running. Sochka hook shots forward. Tries to create the space with a cog pushback. 1.5 until the concoction stun flies forward. Is able to connect, but he's inside the Invis and Disruption. It'll all buy that little bit more time for Ad just to pop himself outside the Sprung. Begin his TP under the shadow, and they cannot find him. Sentries do not see through smoke for some reason.
God, so clinical from OG. They're just... You could see that Roche engagement lasted, what, like 4 minutes?
Yep.
And it was just all this poking tops and constantly moving forward, just threatening crit, forcing him into this poor position. Then all of a sudden, Roche is at 10% HP and they can just zerg it down. And remember, every time Slark hits somebody, he's stealing agility. So these long drawn-out engagements do not favor Evil Geniuses one bit, and they're all in now on this idea. They need to be able to buy out an MKB on Arteezy, buyback be damned, because right now he's just not going to be able to deal enough damage. And I believe that's what's coming on the Courier right now, because he recognizes like he needs this item.
Yep.
And they're going to double Lincolns. So yeah. How do you even kill anymore, actually?
Second Lincoln Sphere has arrived. It's Prophet who's got that one. An Octarine Core finished on the Ember Spirit. So he's reached that point. It feels like Samel started an item build and then it just completely turned around. It's like, well, I have a lot of money, but this isn't the efficient way to shop.
Well, no, he had to, though. This is to be expected. You can't go for the Octarine and Shivas anymore because you're having major issues actually dealing damage to the OG cores. You have to be able to hit Slark. And when he has 2 butterflies, every core that's trying to right-click needs an MKB. And that's why he picks it up. I like the Mjolnir a lot, too, because there is a ton of damage. The Flame Guard, the Slark Qs that will proc a ton of lightning. Arcane now, along with the Octarine on tops, and this gets spooky for EG because he can just spam spells with no problem whatsoever.
Let's send some copies up. Oh boy.
It's all about the vision.
Silver Edge being done. Sochka, he doesn't want him. He wants SD. Ana pouncing himself forward. A hook shot. Wow, really? That didn't hit anything? All right, sure. Arteezy jumps right on top of Sochka. He doesn't find the kill just yet, but they got it on SD. Grip will finish the kill onto the clockwork, but now it's up to the cause of OG. Jumping forward, Ana needs the kill on Samel, and he's going to claim him as well. 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes down, but that's why buyback is available. Thompson, he's looking for something on the top lane, but nothing is there for him to find. Seb,
so
and it's ground. The damage output, there's no beyond your procs. It doesn't matter. Arteezy will fall. He has no buyback. He bought out and then they isolate crit. The shards are there, but Thompson will return for the fight. The Ghost Scepter delays the inevitable. The death of crit and maybe the elimination of Evil Geniuses. OG will push down the mid. They'll attack the tier 4 towers and with a Spirit Jump as well as the chains. They have enough to get the kill and good game. Well played. OG have done it. They have eliminated EG in the first round of the lower bracket. This best of 1 ensures EG are nowhere near 3. And OG, they keep their own fate in their hands. It would have been a bad situation if they got kicked out of TI9 through DPCs. But Sochka, yeah, be happy, man. You helped your team get there, but my God, what a great draft. What a great concept from OG.
Seriously, I can't believe they just did that with Saksha standing in a day of practice to work with. They play against an EG Alk draft. First 2 Alk, by the way. Tons of confidence coming in from the boys in blue. And they just stall and poke and annoy and harass until eventually they just drag out this win. Like it, I question whether EG played too passively, though. You look at it, maybe perhaps they were too confident, like just thinking, oh, we're just better. We have this Alchemist, he's free farming. Sumel set a record in this tournament for that Radiance timing, but they didn't get things done. They didn't take any towers, and by the time they were looking to do so, OG was online and threatening EG's base themselves.
Man, this is just like, but this is what we expected from OG. It's what we've seen so many times from them. Even with the absence of Nortel, the spirit still remains the same for OG. They just stick to their guns. They stick to their gameplay. Ana and Thompson, it's so great seeing these two players in the team.